This episode of Speakers of Eidolon is made possible by our generous patrons, like Scry de la Rosa, Omegacat Comet, Sarai Cypher, Hans Grenade, Anna Ginterace, Lilium Tenebrae, Faris Gentoru, Cletus Oreo, Loosely Atrell, Sapa Chakwatol, Courtney, Meili Algren, Ariana Barakil, Elam, Casey Schaefer, Lily Black, Chaitan, Chesha Soltiri, Ariel, Erizu Yamakawa, Cecilia Fulalerifu, Daimos, Jamie Asur, Fafa Mai Kokomai, Azuta Starbreeze, and Umbral Wind. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV. Thank you.
This is Speakers of Eidolon.
Good evening, ARCians. Welcome to Speakers of Eidolon episode 127. I'm Lakeel Bravestone, and I'm joined today by Rollo Des and Myla Vanadar.
Hooray!
Hey, we're back. Welcome to episode 127. This is a Spoilercast episode. Just want to start with that, so there's no confusion. If you haven't done the MSQ, turn off
then
now.
Do it very quickly.
Do it now.
Oh,
You have like 30 minutes or something until we get to that point. Maybe an hour. You'd probably have the time actually to go through the MSQ.
Bit rude, but yeah, true.
Yeah.
Maybe not the dungeon, but hey.
Yeah.
No, if you're a tank, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, today, of course, we are going to talk about 4.5. The MSQ. We're going to start with Blue Mage because that is also that came out this week.
Hot topic.
A very hot topic. Roar channel updates first. Roar tomorrow for patrons, and then whenever a couple of days later for everyone else. Sorry about the delay. My computer is actually fucking dying. If you've watched the streams the past few days, you've probably noticed that something's wrong. Something is still wrong. Like, if I try to render stuff, my computer just crashes. So, something's wrong with my CPU, maybe? I don't know. I'm getting through it. I've found a system. Yeah, I guess I have to. But, yeah, I found a system, but it takes longer to finish. But it'll be out tomorrow for patrons. Right, in quick news, something happened when 4.5 came out with the client. They've added 64-bit executables, which means that a 64-bit version is already, they're already testing, I guess, for Shadowbringers. I don't know if you can actually...
What happens when you run it?
I don't know, I was about to ask. I don't know if they work or not, but they are there, and they have been added with 4.5. So, that's good. Hopefully... this leads to greater things. This does mean that we can at least start to look at the possibility of increasing quality of textures, maybe? I mean, that's a dream. That's a dream. Yeah. But it is possible at least now.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Yeah. After this also, Square Enix posted an announcement on the Lodestone about the end of Windows 32-bit and DirectX 9 support, which again, DirectX 9 being dropped. We keep talking about the 32-bit drop, but DirectX 9 is also being dropped, which kind of makes sense now. Again, only thing I'm thinking about is texture resolution, but there's a lot more you can do when dropping 64-bit. Yeah.
DirectX and all that.
Yeah. Here's the post. Square Enix support for the Windows 32-bit OS and DirectX 9 versions of Final Fantasy XIV will end as of the release of the latest Final Fantasy XIV expansion pack, Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers, currently scheduled for summer 2019. Square Enix is planning to bring everyone an evolving Final Fantasy XIV, thus we're focusing our efforts on creating and maintaining the PC version of the game on Windows 64-bit OS and DirectX 11 systems, rather than on the older 32-bit and DirectX 9 versions. You will likely be able to play Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers on Windows 32-bit OS and DirectX 9 systems even after the end of support. However, Square Enix cannot guarantee that the game will function. All or part of Final Fantasy XIV may not be playable on Windows 32-bit OS and DirectX 9 systems after the end of support. You may continue playing 14 on Windows 32-bit and DirectX 9 systems at your own risk. Square Enix may respond to requests for technical support regarding Windows 32-bit OS and DirectX 9 issues after the end of support, but such informal support will be limited on a case-by-case basis and is not guaranteed.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
If you still have a GTX 750 laying around, I guess you might want to upgrade.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that can use DirectX 11 now. Might be wrong.
Maybe, yeah, could. Yeah, I mean, very few people are still stuck on a 32-bit system.
Who is still on 32-bit Windows? That was in, 2000 or before.
That's what netbooks had, in 2010 for a brief period, I feel like.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. It's time. And I don't think a lot of people are going to be affected by this. Negatively, anyway.
If you are, though, if you actually have to upgrade, God, the amount of games you'll be able to play now.
Yeah.
You can try Half-Life 2.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. This is a good thing because it shows that 14 is still being updated. And that's nice because we were speculating that maybe they would never do that because of 1.0's long spiny fingers still gripping. And
also
tightly.
Yoshi P sort of saying, unless the game lasts ages, why bother?
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah.
So that's nice. It's not like if you were from the outside looking in on these news, they were like, how pathetic. Our game has been running DirectX 11 64-bit for years. Like, shut up. We're upgrading here.
We're getting there.
Yeah,
no
we're
more
getting there.
to set in yet.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about Blue Mage then.
Okay.
It finally dropped.
It happened. It feels unreal. Almost.
a little unreal that it's here.
Get a job crystal in the middle, at the end of an expansion is. Yeah. That's weird.
Yeah, it's weird because we've. It's sort of been like a thing that's been brought up on this podcast a lot. Blue Mage, and Red Mage was the first one, but also Blue Mage has constantly been brought up in this. I'm like, never gonna get Blue Mage. Blue Mage.
Blue Mage is gonna be a tank.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a tank.
Yeah. Now it's here and it's a limited job. But before we talk about the actual gameplay, let's talk a little bit. Touch on this. We're not going to talk about the last part of the story. We're just going to talk about the initial one because we know a lot of people still haven't made it to 50 yet. So we're just going to talk about the initial quest for Blue Mage because that's really where most of the interesting stuff happens, in my opinion, because they talk a lot about the New World.
A lot more New World play than I expected, honestly.
Yeah. So
we don't have to go there, maybe.
Oh no, Milo, please.
Maybe for a job quest, a single job quest of duty. We have to fight the New World for just a little bit.
The New World is a dungeon.
So we meet this dude. What's his name?
Martin,
and he's come from the New World, and he's
has he?
Has he not been?
Or
there?
did he just travel there?
He went to the New World.
Yeah, he went there.
And he studied.
Yeah,
and then he came back. He's not from there though.
No, I didn't. Did I say from? I mean, he came he just arrived. He's newly arrived from the New World.
Yeah.
He brings blue magic with him, and it all looks really shady. He looks like a really.
He's flogging Blue Mage starter kit.
Yeah.
Here's your gear, your jobs, Chris, and a book.
Yeah. And we get to see Mamul Ja, which he brings in. He makes people they come and attack them, and it looks very staged. And that's when it shows up Blue Mage and sells it to everyone, because everyone's very skeptical, because this dude is coming just fucking selling job crystals. Like, who the fuck does that?
And there's the guard, the first quest giver, the guard, is suspicious, and she sort of takes you over to spy on him to see what's going on.
Yeah.
She's a yellow jacket or whatever they're called.
Yeah. But turns out he's actually legit. This is like a legit job-ish. Even though he does seem pretty shady, turns out it's like real. This is like legitimate shit. Because the Yellow Jacket thinks this is like quack. Like, this is some... Yeah, this is just not real. But he dumps a little bit about the New World. It turns out like the New World is... We already kind of knew this already because we saw the New World gear when they added that in. Was it Heavensward they added that, or was it?
Yeah, it was late Heavensward.
Yeah, the sort of Native American garb. And that
made a few waves.
Yeah, it sure did, and here we are again. But I guess now that's just what it is. What's the tribe called where this is from again?
They're like the Wallachquae?
The Wallachquae? Yeah, something like that.
It's something like, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
They all basically wear the Native American outfit in blue, and they have like blue face paint. Yeah. They look like Hyur, basically.
They do.
Yeah.
Which they probably are.
Yeah. So we saw, they're probably Hyurs. Hyurs are everywhere. And,
like rats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they technically are, because they're that's also how they're described in the lore book. Like, they just came in massive waves and just fucking invaded all of... Well, that's how it happened in Eorzea. It wasn't like 3 or 4 migratory waves of Hyurs or whatever. But yeah, that's the first time I think we've seen actual New World people, natives from the New World. They do look just like yours. They're wearing, different. They're wearing a blue version of the gear that's already in game.
You could roleplay as one in game now.
Yeah, you could.
So it's not any new assets or anything. It's not super exciting, but it's cool to see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah. And then what happens? So there's like.
So he's telling them about how he actually the Wallachquae, the whale people of America, like, they fight monsters, and it's this form of magic, but instead of manipulating like black and white magic, you get hit by monsters and because he says like monsters attack with air and wind and water and that in the same way that we do, and they just harness that. They learned to harness that, and he got taught.
Yeah. And now he's brought that to Eorzea. And that's also when someone who's the other person that comes in with the Ul'dah thread? Because eventually he's brought to Ul'dah. Was it the yellow?
Oh god, she's called like.
No, well, yeah, that's her. Yeah, the
Royce.
Royce.
Okay. Yeah. She's wearing tartan trousers.
Yeah,
that's what I remember.
She's very styling. I like her outfit.
Yes. I think she might have a custom face. There's something with her face. What hair
is she using? It's like short. Is it one of the newer ones?
Maybe.
I feel like I've seen that hair.
She's a Highlander.
Yeah.
She's cool.
Yeah.
She's basically an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Kind of like he is, but better.
Yeah.
But they're doing it for the good of the Wallachquae.
Yeah.
Wallachquae.
Yeah. Over the course of the quest, their like ancient holy magic has been turned into a commodity, and now
it's really weird too, because like you get the first weapon you get, it's called like a Rainmaker, which is like a real Native American thing. And then by the end of it, you just get like a fucking wolf cane.
Yeah.
It's like, So I guess we're just dropping all that stuff then, huh?
Yeah. Because that's true. I didn't even think about that. That's
like,
and the outfit just gets flashier and flashier.
Yeah, it does. It's so Eorzenized when it's done. It's like, and then that's when you'll learn about this arena, the carnival. Let's talk a little.
Surprisingly,
what? Go on.
I was surprised that this the carnival thing wasn't was the end game part of Blue Mage. I thought it would be something you could do during leveling.
Yeah, but, it kind of actually makes sense that it's endgame, because now that we're segueing into the actual gameplay of Blue Mage, it turned out that leveling was a lot easier than I expected. Like, I knew it was going to be easy to level, but my goodness.
It is.
It is very easy.
If you have the FC buffs,
I would be
yeah
okay with them doing that to all classes.
Well, it would be a little more. I don't know. I see why leveling is more restrictive for other classes, because for Blue Mage it doesn't matter what level you really are, because you can still learn unless there's like a trial, because you need to be a certain level to get into the trials and stuff. But for other things, you can be like level 5 and try to get a level 30 skill if you'd like. And you can actually get it.
As long as you see it and you don't die, you can get it.
Yeah. But there were some issues coming out of this. Let's not talk about the issues yet. We'll talk about the issues at the end, because I think that's going to be the biggest bulk of this.
Okay.
But leveling is fairly easy. It's not, but it's not important, because the important thing is learning the skills. And how have you? So, Mala, you're like level 10, but have you learned a skill yet?
A couple, yeah.
Yeah. How did you feel about the learning process? Did you do?
I really liked it.
Yeah. Were you lucky?
I mean. Well, for that like goblin bomb toss thing, that was like first try. So I was like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
The thing I don't like about the skill sort of system is it tells you what zone it's in.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't tell you the name of the skill, which could give you a clue as to what to kill.
Yeah.
Or if I'm fighting something and get hit by its skill loads of times, and it is the right skill, I'd like it to highlight it somehow to say, okay, you found the skill, you just haven't got it yet.
Yeah.
Just so I'm not like I got screwdrivered like 50 times. I thought maybe screwdriver's a skill.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's weird, because it's like they've made it so you have to look it up online.
But I don't want to. Sort of, I want to refuse that for as long as possible.
Yeah, at launch, people would just fucking shout it in the shout chat. So I'd know immediately when entering the zone. They'd be like, "This is the one you need to kill. This is the attack." And that's I mean, it was fine, but yesterday we tried to farm Ifrit and Titan for their attacks. Ifrit was a little bit of a bitch, but fucking Titan's attack never fucking dropped.
Skill is it?
It's the upheaval.
It dropped once. But not for us. Remember?
Yeah, right. That's true. Yeah, we switch, because there's a tactic where you. Yeah. So he does. It's Mountain Buster, the attack. It never dropped. So seems like drop rates for trials are lower than overworld mobs might be.
I definitely think it's based on their star rarity rating.
Yeah.
Like overworld ones, I don't spend more than 10 minutes on them, honestly.
Right.
For every single one I've gotten.
Yeah.
But trial ones have definitely been like, okay, you might be here for an hour and still not get it.
Yeah. I see 2%, 5% in chat, so it's like in the lowest, below 10%. It's hard to really know, isn't it?
Yeah. And honestly, I'm gonna say it doesn't bother me that much. That it's just like that for primal skills.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Because it's not good content if you finished it already.
True.
Yeah.
That's no fun.
That's true. Other than that, I haven't had any problems with learning skills. Skills have been, easy to get. I did Tamtara alone, and I got the skill on the first go. I got Mind Blast. So that's possible, but I don't think any of the other dungeons are possible. But there are lots of... It's cool to know, because a lot of things that I've noticed is that you think you have to go a specific place to get a skill, but then you forget that, that mob actually exists multiple places in the world.
Yeah.
And as long as it can cast that attack, that's all you need to kill. For instance, I was like dreading having to do Cutter's Cry for Chimera. Then I realized someone in chat said that you can just do the Relic Reborn fight with Chimera. And that's much easier. Just bring a level 70 with you in there and let him cast the attack and then kill it.
Or Azisla?
They are in Azisla as well, but that's a level 60 zone, so you might be a little squishy there.
You have to have a friend carry.
Bring a friend.
You have to bring a friend or two. But yeah, that is also possible. Yeah.
That's pretty good as well.
Yeah,
because like it says suggested zone, but like bombs in Stegoli Desert are probably not going to be as farmed as the obvious bomb locations where it's suggested.
Right. The bomb location, which we'll get back to very soon.
If you have good game knowledge, if you remember where the mobs are, you can capitalize on that, man. I like that.
Or if you got a buddy, there are bombs in many dungeons.
That too.
Yeah.
And then you aren't going to get it stolen.
You can get it in Copperbell, and that's like...
Yeah.
Copperbell and Halatali are very low levels, so you can get those.
Yeah.
Is the bombs outside Copperbell, is that the spot?
That's the spot.
I don't... okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't go there.
But they're like level 2 or something.
Yeah, which is that's the problem, isn't it?
The shout chat there is like Eureka, but like 10 times worse.
Yeah, a lot worse. Okay, I haven't dabbled much in the Masked Carnival yet because I've been gathering skills. But
I have. It's fun.
You have. I've finished one. I've finished the first one. But I've watched other people do the other part. I just wanted to like see how varied it was, and it seems. First of all, let's just acknowledge that fucking Nail of the Heavens is back as the theme for the Masked Carnival, and apparently the boss theme is Imperium, which is the boss theme from Castrum Novum from 1.0. 2 1.0 tracks are in this, and they are the tracks for the Masked Carnival. That makes me very happy.
They're back in your side content.
Yeah. And since it's now in-game, although I don't know if it is right now, at least at some point we might get an orchestrion roll.
I can see
it'll probably be a reward from Blue Mage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about how do you feel about the Masked Carnival, Rollo? How much have you done? Have you gone far?
10 challenges so far.
Wow.
7.
Nice.
When you first get in there and you just like you have all the skills you have unlocked, like you don't have maybe you have a few primal skills or two. You go in there and think, man, these mobs have a lot of health, and you can't do a lot of damage. Like especially the first fight too, which has like the 2 slimes and then the Dullahan. Like I was doing it like, okay, recommended time or like target time 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And then I go in there, I'm like, okay, I'm doing water, I'm doing 1,000 needles, I'm doing all of my other skills. I've been here for like a minute and a half. I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah.
And so like I do all the challenges like that, kind of like sort of brute forcing it. Mm-hmm. Then I go back to it and I'm like, okay, wait, there's some synergy you can do with the skills though. Mm-hmm. Like I look at the skills and then I also find out you can win fights by using self-destruct.
Yeah.
it counts as a win if they die.
Mm-hmm.
And so I posted a video about it too during the first challenge. Like, oh yeah, first try, minute 30. Second try, you run up, you use the debuff that like makes you do more damage on them. I forget what it's called. Use the flute skill, makes you do more damage. Use toad oil to increase the amount of self-destruct damage you do. Off guard, that's the skill, yeah.
Yeah, off guard.
And then you just explode right in their face. And that's like I went from a minute and 30 for my clear time to 10 seconds in my clear. I was like, oh, okay, so there's some stuff going on.
Yeah.
And then you can look at their weaknesses too. You know, they have different resistances like blunt and elemental resistances or piercing stuff.
Yeah.
So if you look at the skills, there's some synergy that can happen to cut down your time. So I think it's a really fun puzzle to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is what I would like. That's the main game of Blue Mage, I would say.
Yeah.
Is figuring out how to beat the times or just even beat the fight, because some of them are actually pretty hard.
Yeah. I like that. I like that design.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A little bit of a sandboxy fight in a way where you just figure out the best way to kill them. There's no real answer to how to kill them really, because you can kill them in so many ways. There are like are the bonuses hidden? Because I know that you can get like if you kill them fast enough, if you do this and that, because isn't that like a thing he teased before Blue Mage came out?
Yeah, I think it's per fight there might be extra bonuses. I'm not sure, but there's there's bonuses like for not getting hit, I think there's a bonus for wooing with a self-destruct or a final sting.
Yeah.
There's bonuses for using weaknesses for elemental or piercing or blunt. But I think they tell you what they are when you're picking the fight.
Okay. Right. So that's like the overview of Blue Mage, how we've experienced it for the most part, but we need to talk about everything else, because there have been some issues with Blue Mage. The first one was actually an official post by Square Enix shortly after release. A lot of people brought their chocobos out to assist in combat. They posted an official post on the Lodestone titled I can't remember the title, but it was about companion EXP, or a companion EXP issue. We would like to provide information regarding the increased experience points obtained for your companion than normal while setting the limited job to Blue Mage. Blue Mage is a limited job where one must first witness the enemy perform a specific attack in order to learn and mimic these actions, while also gaining high experience points after defeating these monsters. With this, we have also taken into consideration that players who may not have been actively using their companions may now have an increased opportunity to frequent them. As a result, we have also increased the gained experience points for the companion while setting the limited job as Blue Mage. However, as we have currently confirmed the situation, a lot more players than anticipated have been leveling along with their companions, which may affect the overall game balance. As a result, we will be scheduling a hotfix next week on January 24th in order to implement adjustments. We sincerely apologize the inconvenience in adjustments being implemented after the release, and we thank you for your understanding, which is a really weird...
So they did it on purpose and then said, oh, well, we didn't expect this.
It's too strong, the chocobos!
And then they were like, now everyone's going to have a high-level chocobo. We can't have that. But yeah, that's a PSA to everyone. Please bring out your chocobos. Set them to heal, by the way. Don't set them to attack. Set them to heal. And get some neat EXP. You get a lot of EXP for your chocobo.
That is...
Yeah.
Lame.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about the community using Blue Mage.
I'm glad I didn't play it this week.
I'll say, for the most part, it's been a pretty good experience.
It has. Yeah.
Save for the 2 problem spots.
Yeah. What happened was what you'd almost kind of expect to happen. People aren't reading what they're supposed to do. People just don't know what they're doing. Also, too many people in too small of an area with too few mobs. So I'm, of course, talking about the bomb area outside Copperbell Mines. Where people tried to learn the self-destruct attack. And it ended up with people just killing the bombs before they could do the skill. Someone also, I know, spread false information on purpose to make people even more confused, because they told people that they didn't even have to see the skill, they just had to kill the mob to get it.
Well, that's partly the game's fault, because it sort of indicates that in the early quest.
It kind of, I guess.
No, I think they tell you that.
In the tutorial, in like the active help thing, it tells you have to see it. But when the guy's talking, he's like, as long as, it is there, you could just kill the mob or whatever. Martin, or whatever it's called.
Well, they say that, and then in the next cutscene, they're like, okay, I mean, it's a cutscene where you get the water pump skill or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're seeing your character, like, at least have to get hit by the skill.
Yeah.
So I would think that would kind of make a connection, maybe.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that they told us for the last, month.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, that too, yeah. I love, there was a picture on Twitter. Someone took a picture from the shout chat, and it was just like a small snippet, and it said, this is like the best thing I've ever read in Western Thailand, and it just said, did someone just LB a bomb? So that's sort of...
Oh my god.
Yeah, the tensions were high in Western Thailand for the first few days. I've never seen shout chat so salty, and it's so fitting that it was outside a mine. It was just the salt mine. It's incredible how how angry people got, but also incredible that people aren't reading. But I also saw level 70 people just destroying it for fun. Or fun. I don't know where the fun in it is, but it was, there have been trolls out there. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
There's also the wasps was also a bit of an issue, because the same thing. Those two mobs are, is difficult because that's their final attack. So people have to be patient. And what happens is that, say you're doing the wasp and it's got like 20% HP, because you have to like get it down for it to do the last attack. And then 4 new blue mages enter the area, and they're like, but we want to tag this too because we want that attack. They all attack it and it dies. So
because they're not parties.
If you
still get it.
If you still get it. Yeah.
If you can tag it with an auto attack, and you'll still like if you see the skill, you'll still get it.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. That's annoying.
Yeah.
I would like it if that didn't exist.
Why not? That's fine.
It's fine.
Because then
people
won't think they could tag your mob.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, there would have been less of whatever the fuck is happening around Copperbell Mines probably right now.
Just go in Copperbell Mines.
Yeah, you could always go in.
You could just go in.
Someone should tell the people there that.
Yeah. If it's so easy to get to 50, you're not going to die, are you?
True. I actually made party finders for like, hey, I'll take you into the Copperbell if you really want the skill.
Yeah.
But 750,000 gil.
Join my party finder. 750k each if you want to know where to get self-destruct.
Guaranteed self-destructs.
Guaranteed self-destruct, guys.
Yeah. Halatol is better because the bomb is the third mob.
Yeah, but there. Brilliant. Yeah. So just do that, everyone.
Yeah, that's another PSA from us. Do that.
Because then no one can annoy you.
Yeah.
It's just a problem with those mobs, though, because they're really low level, and they don't have a lot of HP.
That's
true. You have, like, dozens of people trying to all tag.
And you level so fast that no one's level 1 anymore.
Yeah.
And they're like, level 50.
But if the bomb is the third mob, you can go in alone.
Yeah, I meant
in the...
Oh, you mean Overworld? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and like, because like you go to like the Laughing Frogs to get Totoi or whatever.
Yeah,
they have level 20 or something.
Yeah.
Like it's fine. Like everyone can like hit it with a water cannon attack or whatever, and it's like it'll be fine.
Yeah,
that's 120 potency.
Yeah,
yeah,
strong.
Yeah,
hit them with missile.
Yeah, but then there's more. So it also turned out that it was very easy to cheese the leveling.
This I didn't like very much.
You can bring a friend that's not in your party to kill. You tag them and they kill them basically, and then you go in a party of blue mages. Bring a level 70. You tag, they kill, and then you get the EXP. There's also the server take one where you switch classes.
Really annoys me.
And there's a third one, I believe, although I can't actually remember it now. There were basically multiple ways you could cheese your way up to level 50. Which
the server tick one is so funny.
I hate the server tick one so much. It's like,
and you can tell who's doing it too because you go to 0.
Yeah. it's a very old exploit, I think. I would assume, because it's always been like that. But
I don't see anyone using it, really.
No,
there's no point.
There's no point. Overworld mobs don't really give you EXP. So, but they did a similar thing in Pyros, I believe, where you would go. How did this Pyros one work? There's something with the level sync thing that you would fuck up, which has something to do with the server take. Where you would like, I can't remember. Oh, was it Pagos? Sorry, Pagos with the wolves. Was that the same thing? It was a fate level sync. I never did that, but I remember that was like a thing that people sync with fate to gain more light. There you go. There you go. I don't really care, honestly, about this, because getting to level 50 Blue Mage doesn't matter, because you still need the skills. You're nothing at level 50. It's all about the skills, baby. What I don't like is the people that used these exploits and used them in areas where people were actually legitimately farming and killing their mobs. that was a big no-no. If you're gonna do the exploit, do it somewhere else. Just do it alone.
It's bad in like Northern Thanalan or whatever.
Yeah.
There's all 50 mobs there.
Yeah.
It's also where you get drill cannon.
Yeah.
And so the other skill, I can't remember, the one from the B rank.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, people are farming there, but also trying to get skills and doing the exploits. Like,
yeah, it's bad. It's bad enough that you're using an exploit, but like when you're actually, because when you're starting to like affect other players, that's when you're actually doing something really bad. So yeah, don't do that. If you I'm not saying you should use the exploit. I don't say you should try to do it legitimately, but
yeah.
If for some reason you have to,
if you're compelled to,
don't
go to like
bother anyone.
Kurthus Western, I think Heavensward probably started off at 48 mobs.
You can you attack mobs for Heavensward and Stormblood? I think you don't get EXP from them.
No, they're level 50.
Well, Central Highlands you can do. That's true. Central you can do. Those are like 48, 50-ish.
Or just don't do it. It's
as long as you don't bother anyone, you're fine. But you know, be nice.
Yeah. It's funny though, because like I saw someone doing it. I'm like, I wasn't sure what was going on for a second, and I was like, what the fuck are they doing? And then I tried it out. I was like, okay, I guess I'll do it just to see what happens.
Yeah.
And like, oh,
yeah,
it's that easy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is, and I'm like, why? This must, and I, of course, I realized, and I thought, like, why haven't people been doing this for like maybe people have been doing it for years, but then I realized, you don't get EXP from overworld
It's not
mobs.
worth it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so that's that. It's not a big issue, I guess. I think there was a short outrage, but I think it's died again immediately because it didn't bother anyone, and most people are done now, or the people that did the exploit are done now, so it's over. Right.
Doesn't matter too much, honestly.
No, it almost feels it's weird because this is like a limited job, and I can kind of it kind of feels like they struggled with the EXP thing. It's like, how do we do this EXP thing? Because like the chocobos are too overpowered, and if you have like someone else kill the mob before you get a lot of EXP, like, do you think they're gonna patch any of this, or do you think they're gonna keep it with all the possible exploits that exist for the EXP?
If at least for the server tick one, I could just see them adding like a 1 or 2 second cooldown for switching jobs, and then that's it. And like it's fixed. Yeah. I don't think they'll fix the server tick thing itself.
No, they can't fix that.
Yeah, it'll just be like, okay, I'm sure it's like an easy fix.
Oh, they said they aren't fixing it. That makes sense. That's what I expected.
Okay.
It's
good on them.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing to. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the job to me. To me, it's just like, because it's not like if they'd done it to get the skills, I would have understood it. So that's Blue Mage. All in all, it had a pretty decent launch. Had some early difficulties, but mostly community's fault. Well, I think it's nice. I think it's a good addition, even though it is a limited job. I don't really mind it. It's fine. It's fine for what it is.
I've got to say, it's been pretty positive starting sort of 5 days late.
Yeah.
Okay.
You miss out on the horrible rush.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty all right. I wouldn't mind seeing more of this, along with normal jobs, of course, which we are still getting, of course.
Yeah.
I think it's been a good time. I'm enjoying it for what it is.
Yeah. Same.
I'm really looking forward to how they progress it. Not just like the Heavensward stuff and then the Stormblood stuff. That's going to be pretty cool. Carnival. Yeah. It'd be nice if they let us go into things like Palace of the Dead solo and stuff like that.
Because that's a little bit sad that we can't do that. Seeing as they're actually using the Deep Dungeon sprite for the sprite used in the Masked Carnival. And
I don't see it being an issue because the leaderboards are class separate anyway, so having Blue Mage be much lower times than everyone else isn't an issue.
True.
Because you can see they use Blue Mage, so let us go there.
Yeah. Right. Let's talk about main scenario then, because that's what we.
You guys know what time it is?
It's. I need to do the spoiler alarm. Wah wah. Spoilers. Wah wah. There you go. Wow. You have been warned.
It's Ubermensch time, people.
Okay, it's Ubermensch time.
Yeah, the fucking Ubermensch. What?
Okay, we'll talk about it. Okay, so the MSQ.
Keep it to yourself,
Rollo. Anyways, right. So the MSQ, of course, was the big. It's supposed to be. We thought it was going to be the main focus of 4.5. Turns out it wasn't quite as big of a focus. The next part is probably going to be the biggest one because that's all we're getting in that, and Hildebrand for those who care.
Yeah, but when's that happening?
March.
Yeah, March. That's ages away.
I know, but we'll have FanFest in between, so. Maybe that'll help, but
that's not gonna help.
Boy, the bad time to cut it off in this one.
Yeah, the cut up. We'll talk about that as well. But let's just recap quickly. We start with Alizé and the Rising Stones. And so
everyone's had this sickness where they're all passing out.
Yeah.
To recap the previous one, and we don't know what's going on. So you go back and Alisé's like, well, have a break.
Yeah, basically. We return and Kryle is like coming back from Eureka
before it's finished.
Yeah. So she's taking a break from Eureka now.
Is she gonna be the next part?
It's gonna be weird, huh? Because Hydatos will be after the MSQ. So
I mean, for me, she's actually still in Pagos.
Right, true.
I forgot we're getting Eureka this patch too.
That's true, Rollo.
I need to catch up.
The Kryle has been she's gotten word of what's happening here. She's of course here to clean up because she's Kryle. They go to Matoya's cave. It's always nice to go back to Matoya.
Oh, I love Matoya. She's cool.
Yeah. And she's like feisty as always. And
I like her voice actress, whoever she is.
She's very good, yeah. Does she voice anyone else in 14, or is she like exclusive to Matoya? I can't really recognize her voice.
You know what? I'm gonna look it up really quick.
Speaking of,
Matoya's Cave is a nice song.
Yeah, the song there is very good.
And just seeing, it just brings back Heaven's memories.
Yeah.
Her Sheila Steffel.
Oh, okay.
That's all she's done.
That's all she's done. So she is unique to Matoya.
In her entire career.
Literally.
Oh, really?
The last time she voice acted was in 1992.
Holy moly.
In something called The World of Peter Rabbit and Friends, and before that in something called The Perishers. That's all she's done.
Wow.
Well, she's got an untapped potential in an awesome voice.
Yeah. She's being like sassy to Ali, saying she does not want to play with that. She's like shutting her down.
Well, she thinks it's Alphinaud.
Yeah, she keeps thinking that. She thinks she can't really tell the difference between them.
I mean, they basically look the same.
Yeah, I guess.
You'd be like, oh, that's Alphinaud in a different outfit.
Yeah.
Cross-dressing Alphinaud.
They go there to use her crystal eye. She tells Matoya that Y'shtola is unconscious, and that's sort of what triggers Matoya. Like, okay, I'll help because that's her. Because she's my
stray cat. Or something
Yeah. That's cute.
Yeah.
I like that.
She also called her Stola, so like she's got a nickname for her too.
Little Stola.
Yeah, so they want to use the crystal eye for Matoya's crystal eye to follow the trail of ether. But apparently, as she looks into it, it stops just abruptly.
That's pretty spooky stuff.
And that is scary because that rarely happens or never happens. And
why do we use that eye for Xenos after his body disappeared?
Good question. Good question, Rollo.
I mean, not to be that guy who's like,
don't be
why
that
did
guy.
you just fly to Mordor?
Yeah, why don't we use the eye for everything?
Yeah.
It would be useful.
I'm joking.
But that kind of makes...
Maybe it could only be used for scions. some lame like ball.
I don't know. Who cares? Let's not think too much about the crystal eye. What?
They don't have any ether, right?
Oh, that's true.
Oh, gotcha. Guardians, yeah.
Well, they can't use it, I guess.
Wait, no.
They're made of ether, like everyone else, right?
Yeah.
No, they're made of sponge.
Ceruleum.
They're made of sponge.
Ceruleum and sponge.
So the trail stops, and I think that's because they're no longer like technically here.
They don't exist.
They don't exist in their bodies. Which lines up with what Kane Senna said, because she also said that she could no longer feel their soul. I guess they weren't there. But then this is weird with this story, because it feels like they have two plot lines, and they are cramming them together, and they have to okay, we've spent enough time on this, we have to move on to the next, which I felt very strongly in this one, because they're in Matoya's cave, they've just made this mind-blasting discovery, and then suddenly they're like, oh, they're calling on the link pearl. I'm like, oh, you have to come to Alamigo now, because some dudes that defected from the Popularis has defected from the Empire.
Yeah,
it's just
when the notes came out, I was like, 5 quests. That's not very many, but hopefully they'll be quite padded.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't.
There was no warning or anything for long cutscenes, That's true. That was sad. Yeah. So you go to Alamigo. You find Maxima. They have arrived at Alamigo. They defected from the Empire. And
the big question is sort of how as well. They were in the burn.
Yeah.
They've flown all the way over.
They were pursued by the Royal Guard, I believe.
Yeah.
And they've been trying, it wasn't just a straight journey from where they were to Alamigo.
Didn't they get crash landed? They got shot down as well.
Wasn't that just retelling what happened with Alfino? That was what happened initially. But then that's how they ended up in the burn.
Yeah, but then how did they get out?
I don't know. I can't remember if he said. Oh, Rollo, I can't hear you.
Rollo, are you muted?
Sorry, they smashed up the facility, and then they got on a Magitech thing, right?
Oh, right. So there's just that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But wait, did they do? Okay, were they part of that? Yes.
They were part of the because they
they smashed up the lab with all of the bodies.
Right. That's true. Yeah. And Maxima tells the LSA then that Alfino was in good health when he left. We will later learn that that's he got worse pretty quickly after that. So when they defected, they asked Alfino if he wanted to join. He said no, I want to continue with the Asian investigation.
Yeah, he wants to get into Garlemald.
Yeah.
They didn't even make it.
Which is an interesting thing is, so as he's talked about his escape from Garlemald, they passed through the Garlean provinces, and he said that the Garlean army was busy restoring order. And he also mentioned that they have been able to kill a full battalion of rebels in just a day.
Yeah.
Which is heavily implying that they used Black Rose, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So that gave us a little information on what's happening on Ilsabard right now. It's probably chaos, because they are restoring order the way Garleans do, which is probably by destroying a lot.
Kill them all.
Yeah. Which is one thing that's weird is that Maxima does not say Black Rose when he's in with
the
others. No, he just says it's a new formidable weapon.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he knows the name or if didn't
it's
Gaius
quite secret, isn't it?
It's pretty secret.
Gaius. Yeah, Gaius knows the name, but
well, Gaius sort of oversaw the project.
He did. Yeah, it was kind of his. Yeah.
Because it wasn't really used in Eorzeans for the most part.
No, it was tested in Alamigo.
Yeah.
And that's sort of the only instance of it, really.
Yeah.
Yep.
So then they get called. No, sorry. He says that the army's moving westward. This is their first warning that something's wrong.
Yeah.
The Garleans are started moving towards Eorzea, towards the border between Alamigo and Garlemald. After which Rauban does the thing he always does, where he does call those. He does this with his arm. He's like, whoa. Do you know
He's
what I
only
mean?
got one, so
but he always like he throws his arm out to call for the Eorzean alliance, that story we'll get to later because now we're gonna get cold again. And the dude says, "Untold sorrow must be changed. Ahead looms a calamity," which I said before. Eon become instant. Throw wide the gates. So it's just like repeating what we've already heard, but.
Yeah.
Have you ever said untold sorrow must be changed, though? I don't even know what that means.
What it means that
stop that thing from happening.
You have
to happen, and you must stop that.
Yeah, you have to stop something that hasn't happened yet, basically.
Yeah.
So what is it? Yeah.
The future past.
Yeah.
But untold sorrow is so sad that you can't even think about it.
Right.
That's untold.
What is untold sorrow then in an Eorzean context? Would that be like the end of the world, I guess?
The end of the world? Well, or like... No, because you can't be sad if there's no one left.
True. It could just be a horrifying calamity, though.
Yeah.
Just,
I think it's just like the last, like the rejoining or whatever.
Yeah, because that's what an Eorzean grows up to fear the most. It's like a calamity. Eon become instant. What? Most
people in the game have witnessed a calamity and lived.
True, that's true.
Like 90%.
Today they have, because of the recent one.
Yeah. You think they fear it like people fear like earthquakes in California or something? Like, oh, I just live here. It's just like that.
I think they fear it more like,
oh no,
Luke fears the Russians or something like that.
Oh,
I think it's that sort of fear.
I think it's like. No, but I think you forget like just how horrible the calamity actually was. There was a lot of people that died, like like probably millions of Eorzeans dying. But so I think people still remember that pretty vividly. Like that is that's literally the worst thing that can happen. I don't think it's like with me and the Russians. Okay.
That's more like the Garleans in Eorzean.
That's right. That's right.
That's more the relation.
Okay, hello, Russia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Eon become instant.
Because
an Eon is huge amount of time.
Yeah, is that like a specific time? Is that like after
Eons
millennia?
Like hundreds to thousands of years. They're really big, but now it's instant.
Yeah. So like time compression almost. It's like Eon become instant. Is that
I think it's sort of saying like
you're going an eon ahead of time? Is that you're going forward in time?
It would be like if the effects of global warming, instead of happening over a long period of time, happened like from today to tomorrow, just instantly.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's to do with the calamity speeding up.
Yeah. Eon is like a billion years in science, so
like a billion years.
Like a billion years.
That's
yeah. Okay, and now, like I just talked about, like the story being weirdly just split up. Now there's a Doman intermission, so we're going to Doma,
because they're putting
you're muted again, Roller. Doma.
Fuck.
Yes,
Roller. Like, he probably has just had like the best thought of his life.
I just said Doma.
He's a Doma.
Doma.
Yeah. Because we're gonna watch the wall be raised in the burn.
Oh.
Yeah, big elegant technology.
Yeah.
Let's test it out on the first ship we see.
Yeah.
That's
not what happened.
Wasn't planned.
That wasn't planned. They just they raised the wall. The wall works.
Here one comes, guys. Just quick.
It works. But just as they have raised it, a Garlean ship just casually just flies into it, crashes
just in time.
Yeah,
I love how sort of he's like doesn't notice he doesn't know it's there, so he's like it's like sort of just goes back and waits.
Yeah. I love how
what if it exploded? What if he just died?
Yeah.
Who was it who said like, oh, I was hoping there would be an explosion? Was it Hien?
I think that was Hien.
I think it was Hien. Yeah.
Where's the flaming fireball?
Yeah.
I wish it had exploded. Oh, it's Alphino.
It turns out it's Gaius. He's carrying Alphino. And Alphino...
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's an image of Gaius holding Alphino, and Alphino has obviously been called.
But the fact that he bothered to come all that way.
Mm-hmm.
He just dropped him off too. He's like, "It's your problem now."
Yeah, he did. He kind of did. He also reveals who he is.
I didn't expect it this early. I thought that would be a shadow.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
It's you.
It's you, and you can select either Gaius Van Belsar or the Black
Wolf. I said Gaius.
I said Gaius too, because that's his name. I want it to be as personal as possible. I'll be like, yeah, Gaius Van Belsar, I remember you. So he then tells them that they were sabotaging the Black Rose facility.
Yes.
And that's when, after that, Alfina was called and became unconscious. Mm-hmm. He also drops some more information that we as a player already know, but that our actual characters don't know. So now we're sort of up to date on everything, it seems, except for Solus being, an Ascian and stuff. That stuff we don't know yet, but
yeah.
He talks about his escape from the Praetorium as well, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
I was ready to die, but no, actually no.
I said no.
Yeah.
Not today.
Yeah.
Too many sacrifices have been made for me.
Yeah.
It was
and
pretty
he just walked away.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
And he told us about he told us the names of all. He
told us,
and he told us about the new one.
A new one, the Emmett's something, which is probably Solus. Probably Solus.
No,
because we don't know what Ascian is inside Solus, but when they show there's an image as well of the Ascians.
Oh yeah.
And Emmett Selch was facing away from us. We didn't see his face. And I'm assuming that is Solus's Ascian, or the Ascian that is Solus. We also saw
three are on the same rank, aren't they?
Yes,
they talked about their hierarchy as well. He said a lot.
Yeah, he learned a lot.
He did.
And how does he know this?
He's done his research. I mean, did he? Are they? So, if I remember correctly,
we're on the Source World, and the Ascians on the Source World are higher rank than the ones who were. On
because La Habrea was not from the Source.
No, but they seem to be able to travel between.
Yeah.
Whatever they're called. Not sections.
Shards.
Yeah.
So the ones that he talked about, all of them were from this shard. Was from Hydaelyn. Sorry, from the Source. Which I don't quite remember what that means. Like, do they have special powers because they're from the? What's better again? Was it better if they were from the Source?
They were from the Source.
Okay, they're higher rank. Okay.
But I'm not sure why.
Well, because they're from the Source, kind of makes sense. Their whole religion sort of...
I suppose.
Yeah, it's all about that.
My favourite's Elidibus.
Elidibus is...
Who's your favourite Ascian?
Do you remember when he started talking to us? Was that in a Realm Reborn or something? Or Heavensward? And he just came and introduced himself?
During the starter quest, you mean? For the...
what do you mean?
The city-states?
Introduced?
No, it was a bit after that. He just he just comes up out of nowhere and it's like, hey, he doesn't want to fight you. He's not trying to.
Oh yes, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah, because you fight it. Yeah. That's true. I remember that. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, I started thinking maybe they're not all bad. I thought he was on our side.
Well,
almost
was not. So I know some of them are in charge of keeping the light.
Oh my god! Do you think that's the color of their robes then?
Oh.
Do you think maybe because he's in white robes, he's a light keeper?
That could be, yeah. Because some are in charge of keeping the light in balance, and the others are keeping the dark in check.
Interesting.
Yeah. Elidibus is balance. That's his job. That was he keeps the light in check. That is his job. Yeah, there you go.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah. They also show a cloning facility. Because now we're back to the Garlean play. Because now it's meanwhile at the fucking Garlean Empire, the Black Rose facility isn't actually that damaged. They can get it back up and running again pretty soon.
Yeah.
So Varys just tells them to just go ahead with that, and we see that Ellison scientist, which is the new Hojo.
It must be the new Hojo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope he's called Hojo.
Maybe he is called Hojo. We never see him talk, so he doesn't get like a... Or do we? Maybe, I don't know, whatever.
Actually, it looked a lot like Yaz too, by the way.
Yeah, he did have... He does have this hair.
He's an enemy.
We don't know. He could be a good guy for all we know. He might just turn. You never know in this game.
That's true.
But then they also show this weird cloning facility with like loads of Solaces in them, young Solaces, which we later learn is actually made on Varys's orders.
Yeah. Custom tailored.
Yeah, because they they have a dialogue at the very last part of the MSQ. Before the dungeon, before the big talk, Solas talks to Varys, and this is where Varys sort of Solas again confirms that the Allagan, well, probably also the Allagan, the Garlean Empire was literally designed or constructed for to throw the world into disarray. That is literally the only reason the Garlean Empire exists. He also staged the civil war in Garlemald. That was also his plan, and I'm assuming that sort of affects the darkness balance. I guess is that like why they're doing that?
I think it's just to like make them more useful as a tool or something.
Make them more like desperate. Is that because because all
like,
they want is people to just summon shit, I guess.
Or like, I guess they knew there'd be like a power vacuum, and then someone like really strong would like take over, right. And they'd be like, "Oh, perfect, okay."
Yeah.
We sharpened the knife.
Yeah. He also says that. He says, "I probably won't see you again this lifetime." He says to Varys before leaving. Don't know what that implies. Does that like whose lifetime? Is it his or is it Varys's?
That body's lifetime, I guess.
Maybe, but do Ascians talk about their fucking vessel as a life? I would assume
it might be like a bit of dark humor.
Yeah, I'd be like,
maybe
this one's going to the trash soon.
Yeah,
he's probably like saying, I'm invincible and I can just get a new body. You can't.
True. Yeah, that's true. Varys, throughout all of this, seems like he seems angry, but he also seems...
He doesn't like the Ascians at this point.
No.
From what we see, at least.
Yeah. I just want to say, I love Solas' character. He's like fully mocap and shit when he walks and stuff. I like that.
He's really good.
Yeah.
Like a jester.
Since his face is like custom modeled too, they can kind of stretch it out a bit more. Yeah. It's some like really expressive faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. Also like that it has its own theme already. Like there's like this weird theme, and I like it. His voice actor is good too. Right, and then back again to the Eorzean Alliance, because now we're preparing for war, which is happening very quickly. But I guess that makes sense because they
not for war. A skirmish.
A skirmish,
A small battle, apparently.
Yeah. But we are then meeting Varys in a tent on the battlefield, I guess, or near the camp. And this was weird.
We asked for.
We asked for it, yeah. And he's being very polite.
He's really good at this.
Yeah, so this is not the first time he's talked to people. That's clear. It's not the first time he's negotiated. He seems aggressive. A lot of people have been thrown off by this because we have been so far. Varys has been like acting as if he's like he does not like the Ascians. Like his whole nation is a lie. His whole life is a lie.
Yeah.
But he does not ever like he is completely. He almost seems like he's talking. He's doing what Solas is telling him to do, basically, not flinching. That's the order he's been given, and that's what he's gonna do. So, but he did point out some things I didn't expect. Like he really researched Eorzea. And he literally mocked all the leaders.
That was one of the best scenes.
Yeah, it was. It was nice to see like Merlwyb being so like, how dare you? Like we've been fighting, and he's like, dude, you fucking killed like so many kobolds. There's so much blood on your hands. Just like,
but but it's like, hey man, you probably shouldn't commit this big fucking war. And he's like, well, what about the time you did that thing, huh? Yeah. I can do it then if you didn't.
Yeah.
You fight for peace, but you still fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really a well-made argument though, because I was like, actually, you know what? He's so right about all these points.
He's right, but he doesn't.
I'm sort of on his side.
It doesn't really make sense in the context though, because he's literally going to war against a sovereign nation. And he's just like, yeah, but I can go to war because you've done all these things in the past. Like,
I mean, technically, we have just stolen land off him.
No, he stole it first. I mean, technically, Alamegan land was Eorzean land. It was Alamegan land.
Yeah,
it wasn't Garlean.
It's not like he wasn't provoked to start the war.
I guess in a sense they've lost all their provinces not all of them, but a lot of them.
Yeah, his was mostly just whataboutisms. It's like, you might be calling me out, but what about you?
Yeah. It was weird. It was also weird seeing like all the leaders in the same room with with the fucking emperor.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That was cool though.
Yeah.
But the Ubermensch part.
Right. It was weird because that's where I thought, is this Varys speaking right now or what is happening? Because he suddenly starts talking about this perfect race. Which was like how we're meant to be, because the races of Eorzea are just like fucking filthy mongrels. Apparently, we're just broken. Like,
wow, didn't he say that all the
flawed.
races were formed because of the splitting?
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, which is why it's such Asian talk too. It's like the shard split, and because of that, now we have all these fucking disgraceful races.
Now we've got Lalafels.
Now we have Lalafels. He played 11. That's true. It's a bit weird.
It was very jarring because the first half of the meeting was super good. And you're like, oh yeah, I see what you mean, Fred. Really good. Then they have the break, and he comes back. He's like, I love Asians.
Yeah,
they're great. I think they're fantastic. We should kill everyone. We should have the Ubermensch.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? All this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Master race time.
Yeah. Literally what he said.
Shepherd them into a new age.
We're all different, and that's bad.
But what do you think? Why do you think he's acting like that? Because I'm sure you also expected him to be a little different. I almost expected him to give us a little hint that things weren't exactly under his control, but maybe I
didn't expect him to go, oh yeah, by the way, Garlemald was founded by Asians.
No, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect him to say that, but I expected him to at least be I
expected him to be more angry and aggressive and hate us.
Really? You'd expect him to be even worse? I just thought he was weird. Yeah, maybe, actually, that would actually be more in line than what he was. Because he almost, I don't know, he was weird.
Savages.
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to be so, eloquent and almost willing to talk peace.
In a sense, the fact that he's so out of character would almost serve as a hint in itself.
Possibly, yeah.
That's maybe the leaders are like, he's not... That's weird what he just said. He's never. We've never gotten those signals from Garlemald ever that he wants to build a fucking Ubermensch. Yeah. Maybe,
It is.
Also, he is talking about the shards and shit, which I'm sure a Garlean emperor would never talk about normally. So yeah, actually thinking about it, I guess the hints were already there. Let's just hope they picked up on it in the next part. So it doesn't go anywhere, of course. There is an intermission where you talk to the other people, and try to give them like valid arguments for the next round.
I like that as well.
Because they're like, oh yeah, we've been kind of rude. We need to like we need to reconvene. We need to give us a few moments. And then they go back and they sort of give him some better arguments. They don't lead anywhere because he's already said this is already happening. And that's when we go into Gimlet Dark. And now we can actually talk about that dungeon.
Fantastic dungeon.
Yeah.
Very nice.
New mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it when the cutscene starts and the fucking Garlean ship flies over and it goes
yeah.
like it makes that exact sound. It's like, oh
yeah,
all right,
yeah,
war time.
Music is perfect.
Music's good. The bosses are good.
Bosses are good.
The trash pulls feel cool because of all the other characters that are there.
Mm-hmm. The other characters joining in. I saw fucking Kane Senna doing a rotation. She's actually healing the party as well. It's insanity. I'm guessing
and
this is like
can't die.
This is probably early trust NPC testing. But if this is the future of trust NPCs, then we might, that might be a good thing because they didn't seem half bad. Avoided AoEs. They did, they did what they're supposed to do. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Dungeon felt alive. And one thing that I maybe don't like so much is that the dungeon is voiced. Like the actual, like you can hear characters like talk and stuff. I'll tell you, there's like throughout the fights. But when you get to the bosses, they're not voiced. The last bosses should have been voiced, in my opinion. Because there's like, you've had voice acting partially throughout the dungeon, but then you get to the last boss, which is the two royal guards. Yeah. And they have speech, but there's no voice, which is sad. Yeah. Especially considering Return to Evilise, the last monastery, had like every single one voiced. That was a little bit sad.
The last boss was the worst part of the whole dungeon. Because it wasn't Xenos.
Oh, well, yeah. But
I was so expecting that.
Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty alright fight. I don't think it holds a candle to, like...
The first fight was my favourite.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
With that, like, rotating AoE that they've added.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
I hope we get that high five emote, though, that the last boss does.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They do like oh, maybe we'll get, like, high fives.
I don't know.
It'll be like Brofist, and it'll be really difficult to do.
Yeah, you'll have to, like, line it up.
Maybe it'll be like, oh, you click on the person, and then you'll line up with them.
Okay, maybe, yeah. Yeah, so that's...
Hey, but you get to see some more Gunblade skills, sort of.
Kind of, I guess, yeah, you did.
Oh, yeah.
There were some hidden in there. I can't really remember the last fight anymore, but because I've only ever done it once, because you know me, I never do expert roulette, so...
Never, apparently.
Yeah, how do you feel about the dungeon gear? Have you gotten any of it yet?
It looks nice. I've been getting some pics from it.
I can't really remember what it looks like.
Me neither.
I think it looks good.
Yeah,
it's pretty decent dungeon gear.
I know
it dies.
Oh, okay, that's good. I know that the Return to Evilise healer gear looks like garbage on me, so
you're just mad because it's a dress.
It's a dress, Rollo. I don't want it.
You're just mad because it's a dress.
Then after the dungeon, nothing. I can't remember exactly what happened at the very end of the MSQ that before the cut.
You go back to the camp. The forward base, I think, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I think it eventually cuts back to the Gimlet Dark again, and then you see Xenos walk up. So
that's all, yeah. So there's like this weird... A part of me already knew when we were back in Gimlet Dark that this is going to be the end. This is the last part. But nothing could have prepared me for how abrupt it would be, the end.
Oh, right, Alize gets called, too.
Yeah, Alize gets called.
Oh, Alize, that's true.
And then Hori Boulder's there. He's the new main guy.
Love Hori. Yeah, she gets called.
And she's not happy about it.
No. So now everyone, he's alone now. Or we are alone.
That's the point. Yeah. I feel like the issue with this MSQ was, it's like they've had so many boxes they need to tick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they've got the Borealite needs to be told this and this and this and this. And we've got to make the Guardians more, fascist. And we've got to like do this and this and this. We've got to set the scene so much that it feels really clumped together.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The ending. Why? We haven't even found out why we're going to be Warriors of Darkness yet.
No.
I thought I was going to.
Well, I'm assuming in the next one we will. But the
Fan Fest is in between then.
It is? Yeah.
So that means
that's why we get the trailer. So
we'll get the trailer, but I'm assuming the trailer won't spoil any of the next part of the patch. So yeah.
Maybe it integrates more with what's happening now. Because I'm still I don't have the ability to connect what's happened now to what I've seen in the trailer.
No,
I don't see the steps there yet, you know?
Yeah.
Where's the calamity?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I imagine will be next patch. Well, I mean, next patch. Next with the part
whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll see Vieira in the next part of the trailer?
No.
I don't think with this trailer, because this is a very we've never seen new races in a trailer. We didn't see them in Heavensward.
No, but they weren't shown this blatantly either before Heavensward. Remember, they fucking covered up.
That's true.
What's her face? Yugiri.
Yeah.
Whereas in this one, they've definitely not covered up Vieira.
She is not covered up at all.
No, that ass is hanging out.
So many ass shots on Twitter. That's a lot.
Necessary, I can say necessary.
I'm retweeting and reblogging all of them.
Now we're bleeding over to Evilise, but my God, how many butt shots they put in.
That is right. People are begging for that now.
Fucking shameless.
Do you think the guys are going to be that shameless too? They're going to have ass cheeks? There's going to be a loincloth and that's it?
Oh boy.
They better. Square Enix?
Yeah.
I want to see some man ass.
I mean, they probably will.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
that's a Japanese company.
That's how
they do what they want.
Well, that's how the Vieira dress. They barely wear anything. So that would be the same for both genders, I'd assume.
It might be worse.
They just not wear anything. They just have a giant schlong.
Males won't cover their nipples.
No, they wear tassets.
They'll have jiggle on them too. The tassets will swing when they run.
They can fly in the overworld. Introducing flying Vieira. Put on the tassets. Okay.
Helicopters? You land in the back?
Just spin it fast enough to fly.
It's terrible.
It's like an active time event.
Press rapidly. Okay. Anyway, let's wheel it back in here.
Okay.
So the MSQ ends abruptly with just Xenos just walking in Gimlet Dark.
Yeah.
Which isn't really a cliffhanger because we already knew he was going to be in Gimlet Dark from the trailer.
Yeah, we thought it would be as a fight because it shows a fight.
It does.
Well, Yoshi P was right when he said the MSQ will cut off at the worst time. You'll be like, no, I want to see more.
It's weird because
did he say that?
Yeah, he did.
He said something like that.
He did say that.
Right then, yeah.
He was right, in a way. But I would usually when I think cliffhanger, it would be because it ends at something exciting, something wow, and then it cuts. But this was just Xenos is walk. Oh,
yeah. I'm upset because I didn't get enough.
Yeah.
What was happening was cool, but
yeah.
I wonder what it'll be like experiencing it in one piece after the patches come out for new people. I mean,
yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, a good cliffhanger here would be Xenos walking towards the camera, and then the camera going in, and then we come from his back, and then it reveals something in front of him.
Yeah,
that would have been a cliffhanger, Yoshi P.
Zooms in on his mask, and then it's Elidibus's face.
Or that is a cliffhanger too. Yeah, not just walking, camera cut.
How do you feel compared to the Heavensward one?
What was the Heavensward cliffhanger?
Because it cuts after.
Oh Lord, I can barely remember.
After the dungeon, where you kill such whatever, and he summons the primal, and then Papalymo dies.
Oh fuck yeah, that one.
And
that was good.
I feel like that was a pretty good cliffhanger.
That was a good cliffhanger, yeah. Yeah, because we were then, oh yeah.
Because Papalimos, like, his sacrifice was like, oh, that's big.
Yeah.
And something really big just happened.
And it also left a permanent, like, white Dalamud in the sky. Remember that?
That was amazing.
Yeah. Like a constant reminder. Yeah. This one was weak, in my opinion. But, oh well. Yeah. Can't remember the A Realm Reborn cliffhanger, really.
If I can remember rightly, it's basically to do with that bridge going into Ishgard, wasn't it? Right at the end of 2.5. And then it had all of the Nanamo being killed and you being...
Yeah, but that was 2.55, wasn't it?
Oh, it ended with Mabrita's death.
Oh, was that 2.5?
Well, that was 2.4?
Or 2.4? That was 2.4, I think. That's when you kill Lidibus. Or no, sorry, you kill La Habrea.
2.5?
That was 2.55.
Fuck. It's been a while, so...
Yeah. No, wait. Steps of Faith. I can't remember now. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It was weaker than any of the other ones. Because at least in this one, I'm more like puzzled by like, what? What? And I have no content. Xenos walking in Gimlet Dark gives me nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything.
No. But, oh well. It is what it is. We got, it's the end of that part, but now we have to wait until March to see why he's walking in Gimlet Dark.
Oh boy.
But at least it gives us hope, because he did say this before the patch came out. He said that, UHP, he said that this would give you probably more questions than answers for the next part.
That's true.
And I mean,
he's right. Fine, but I still don't think it's a very good point to cut off.
No, about I agree with that.
Because how can you speculate?
Yeah, it's difficult to speculate on that. Because Xenos is on the battlefield.
Which we knew.
Yeah. He's gonna...
He might launch a new attack on us.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Who cares?
It does seem to be implied, actually, at the end that they're preparing for Black Rose, because they said that they were going to pull people out. Remember that?
Oh, that's true, yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe that's what they're planning to use on Alamigo again.
That's pretty brutal.
Yeah, they've already tested it in Alamigo before, but now they're going to go for a full-scale one, it seems. So that might be 4.55 plot point that they're... Do you think they'll use it? Do you think it's going to be that dark? Maybe that's what triggers...
I'm pretty sure Shadowbringers is going to be very dark.
I hope so.
It's like a trench warfare and...
Yeah. It's pretty gritty already.
Very unusual ideology for a game.
Yeah.
Everyone will die.
Yeah.
Your character will die. You have to make a new character.
Yeah.
That's going to be the last fight in the game is going to be like a full server-wide raid. And when you get killed by the boss, you have to start the whole game again.
What the fuck? That's an idea. Yeah. Now, how do you feel about the MSQ in general, though, for this part?
Too short.
Too short? Yeah.
It was good.
Liked some bits, but yeah.
It ended too soon. I didn't. The dungeon. I'm sorry. The MSQ bits of it were fun, but
yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't give me enough. I'm still hungry. Come on.
I only really care about the Asian storyline. I'm not a big fan of all the other stuff that they tried to cram in, which I'm done with Doma. I'm just done with it. But I understand that they had to use Doma now because the Wall and Gaius. That's that was a good way to make us meet him.
I was barely in Doma. Come on.
But it was Doma. We had to go to Doma to pick up he, and it's not like we just went to the burn. We had to go to...
You never want to quest again in Doma. Never.
Yeah, look how often we go to Ishgard, Rollo. So it's okay with Ishgard, but
why does Emmerich have to travel everywhere?
Yeah. That's right, Rollo.
What's going on?
Stop white knighting
right
weeb.
now?
Stop white knighting the weeb.
You guys just hate weeb.
No, I'm just tired of it. It's to me, the Doman story has sometimes felt so tacked on. I've said this before. It's an unpopular opinion, but it just felt tacked on. Sorry. Moving on.
Yeah.
Let's read MogMail. That is the end of the spoilers. So,
Good
spoilers over.
patch. We still got more to go, though.
At the end.
Yeah, it was an overall good patch, and the story was good, but very short.
Yeah.
I think that's good summary. We have a lot of MogMail, a backlog, you could say. So I'm going to read some MogMail. Don't even have it rendered because it's so much. There's so many. Some of these might be too old, but I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna have to screen them live. Because let's see. Okay. Okay, so this one is from Sujin Lamashtu from Marlborough. Hello, speakers. I was re-watching your Fallen Rise series around the same time as FanFest and the release of the new trailer. When the text mentions another possible cataclysm, I found myself wondering if we could get to experience the bad dreams that 1.0 players had when staying in rooms. Though with the possibility that Hydaelyn is now possibly the enemy, could we maybe have misleading dreams or even visions from Zodiark instead? Also, is it possible that the area that the Warrior of Light is stumbling around at the beginning be a dream area that doesn't actually exist, since it looks like he's grabbing his face like you do during echo sequences in-game? Keep up the good work. I can't wait for 4.5. Well, that's already come out. I hope you enjoyed it.
Well, my question to you is, how do you know it already isn't in the game? Have you gone and slept in an in-room?
Oh, yeah. When was the last time you slept in an in-room, guys?
It's a secret cutscene, guys. If you go to sleep in the in-room.
Yeah.
If they do add something in like that, though, it should be completely hidden.
Yeah.
And just something that
it won't be hidden.
For those of you watching that don't know what we're talking about, is in 1.0, when Dalamud was in the sky, there was a certain chance that if you went to bed, logged out, and then logged in after a certain amount of time, you could get a nightmare cutscene where you wake up and all your friends have died in Mordona, and Gaius is like walking towards you and he kills you. That was like I don't know, it's just a thing. He does do the echo thing with, like, you know, the I feel weird thing. Don't know if there's a lot of theories about, most of them are lamp theories. But I don't know if that's real or not. I do think it's real, actually. The thing is, I don't think it's real in the sense that what's happening there is story. I've said this before. I think the only real story elements are of Thancred and the girl. I think the other one is more like what we've been used to seeing in like the Heavensward trailer, and in where there's more abstract, like the stuff that happens in the Stormblood trailer, for instance, with the samurai running through Kugane with the Garleans in tow. That doesn't happen in game, right? But it's a representation. Yes, exactly. It sort of does, but it isn't. I think that's probably what we're seeing with this Kiribu statue. Because obviously there's something with Amdapor Keep, because if my theory is correct, Thancred and the girl are in a sequence that is actually related to the story, and there's an Amdapori statue, lion statue thing falling from the ceiling. So there is a connection. I don't know. We need more. We need to see the other trailer first. Right. Right. I'm sorry. I'm okay. This one is from Matrim from Zalera. Is it possible that the Flood of Light could be caused by Varys? If he were to rebel against the Asians and have a plan to attack them en masse? Maybe something that required Xenos to die. I remember Xenos being very interested in finding a very strong opponent, to the point of trying to antagonize Doma, until someone rose to be a serious challenge. What if that wasn't just for sadistic fun, but instead to find someone who could be used to destroy the Asians? I also remember he made some comment about playing his part to perfection soon before he killed himself. What if this was a plan that Xenos and Varys and some shadow part of Garlemald have a plan to wipe the Asians out, and we have to try and stop them because they do not understand that doing so will cause a flood of light? Could infusing his body with the power of the Echo be part of the plan?
That's an interesting theory.
That is an interesting theory.
It would sort of solve the issue of we're not going to start having to just kill NPCs and stuff to be the Warriors of Darkness.
Yeah, That's true.
Because I don't know how that's going to work yet.
Yeah, and what is a warrior of like? What do you do differently?
Well, you have to do.
I think it's the same thing as the Dark Knight thing, like where
exactly.
You give in to emotion.
Yeah, like we feel like we talked about that recently, but
yeah,
because darkness isn't necessarily evil.
Mm-hmm.
It's just do the Dark Knight quests and you'll see.
Yeah, they tell you.
You can still be a Dark Knight and do good, but so I'm assuming a Warrior of Darkness can be good as well, but you'll be aspected in darkness, so you'll
means you can't go to church. Sorry.
Yeah, basically.
But you can go to evil church.
You can go to evil church. Yeah.
Evil church.
Yeah. The one underground. It's just a dug underground, and it's upside down as well. So you have to strap in.
Strap yourself into the pews.
Yeah.
Start the sermon today.
Yeah. And the pews are full of spikes, so you all constantly in pain. And everyone's crying all the time because you've given into emotion. So you're crying because you have spikes up your ass.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't know. I do think Varys has a plan. I
sort of think he does.
Yeah.
But it's difficult because of the way he just switches personalities. Yeah. And that made me feel like, who is this guy? But
remember, he's in a very dangerous position.
That's true, yeah.
Like, he's surrounded by the most, like, powerful beings on Hydaelyn. So he has to play his cards right, because if he fucks up with the Asians, he's basically dead.
He's kind of like Snape.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a very good. Yeah, he's kind of like Snape. Yeah, that's a very good comparison.
That's right. It's all of the Harry Potter films we've been on recently.
Well, yeah. Basically, he's trapped. He's actually good, but he's like he's surrounded by.
Get out of chat.
Who's Snape?
No, get out of
chat.
That's
the dude from fucking
oh my God, Luke.
Snicket. 7 Days to Die.
Get out of here. Severus Snape from Harry Potter. You know who it is.
I don't know what that shit is.
Yeah, I think maybe there's something like that. Yeah, that kind of actually makes sense. We'll see soon. I do think that he was trying to throw out some sort of hint by being this weird maniacal dude as well in the tent. Maybe they caught on to that.
Maybe, yeah. He's a very interesting character.
He is, yeah. Okay, this is from Biscuitness from... Oh, it's Biscuit. My Biscuit from Zalera. Happy 2019, speakers. Sorry about the delay here, but I mean, it's still only 19 days of the new year, so it's still allowed.
Send us a Happy New Year, please.
Yeah. Actually, this one... Oh, the first part we kind of have to skip because it's... will you jump over to play Blue Mage when 4.5 comes out? For fun, if you can have any other color mage released, not currently available, regardless of previous association with Final Fantasy, which would it be? Pink mage, teal mage, purple mage? Happy 2019-ing. I'm not... Green mage. Why not? I'll be green
Yellow mage?
Yeah.
I want...
It's like P-focus mage.
Let me get... P-magic?
Yeah, P-magic. Yellow mage.
I want orange mage, and they juice stuff, you know?
Oh.
They turn stuff to juice.
Fruit mage.
Yeah. And they have
just a green grocer.
No, but it's magic. And it's like they have a little samba hat too, and they have like maracas for weapons.
Wow. So that's the class.
The magical Mexican mage.
Okay. Wow. Next one. Okay. Captain Claw, Ragnarok. Hello, Captain. Hello, speakers. With the possibility.
Well, that was formal.
Yeah.
Hello, speakers.
With the possibility of Ishgard housing in 5.x, do you think there's a chance that the chaos that happened in Shirgana housing will happen again? What rule do you think Square Enix should add or change for housing system? Keep up the glorious job and throw Rollo in the vault for safety measure. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put you. Listen, Rollo. I'm sorry, but here you go. Oh, it's very low, but you're in there. Wait, let's.
Okay, well. Let's do the bus role play again. Start the bus.
It's very low. Okay, no, we're not doing the bus again. Let me do that again. Can I do it?
No.
No, it won't work. So that's fine.
I've escaped.
Yeah, Rollo, you're Euclid. Let me try that again. I want to do the vault. No.
Put it in post, and then we'll react.
I'll put it in. Okay, let's pretend we're doing it. So, okay, Rollo, I'll put you in the vault. Here we go.
Oh no! Oh my god, that was loud.
It actually worked, but it was very loud. Well, you're in the vault. Good.
Ow.
So much work for so little payoff. Okay. So, do you think it's gonna happen again? I don't think it will. 100%. Do you think so?
Of course it will.
Well, but other plots will open up. There's a finite amount of players in 14, right? So
yeah, I mean, but every expansion there's more and more people.
That's true. But I don't think they'll add it at launch. They're not going to add this at launch.
Oh, just leave it. Let's just leave it.
You are frozen for the rest of the stream, Rollo.
Damn.
At least you were lucky with the freeze frame again. Right.
Yeah, that's battering.
I'm so disappointed. You had a bad grade.
There's going to be chaos, as there always is, but I don't think it's going to be at the level of Shirogane.
Maybe not.
Shirogane was like peak chaos, like people fucking screaming. There were people like stealing other people's house. Like there were like people. Remember, people stood at the people like fucking cheated almost to get their apartment. Some people like remember Yas. He just got in and like before anyone else on the server and just can just walk to a plot and get one. Well, others were locked out. They couldn't get in. The servers crashed, and then when they got in, everything was stolen. Everything was stolen. Everything was. All the wards were full. I feel like that's probably not going to be as bad this time. Also, it depends on what the housing district looks like in Ishgard, but I am generally not a big fan of like snowy areas. But
you do like the weeb shit, so you're in Hingashi, huh?
Well, that was just because of like recency bias. We just wanted the new. I guess that's gonna be why a lot of people try to get to Ishgard, I guess. But yeah, Rollo, actually, I've been looking at plots in the Mist instead. If you want to know, yeah, because I'm tired of living in Weeb Town.
Get it in.
Get it in Ward 1. Ward 1. Yeah. Well, Mile and I. Oh god, what's the name? Oh, again, that's like Kaski's FC. I think it's like the
it's Kaski's FC.
House. Don't want to take their house.
I think this is a medium anyway.
Oh, is it? No, it's a mansion. I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do that. Let's kick him out.
Yeah, let's kick him out. Okay. Let's take one last one. I think we can fit one more. Let's see. Entertainment. Wop wop. I'm just screening. Sorry. Okay. Order. Okay. This one's from Meili Algren. Hyperion. That's Gangel in chat. Dearest speakers, I hope you're again. January 5th is when this one ticked into our junk mail folder, so keep that in mind. I hope you're doing well, and with any luck, this MogMail will reach you when you've all been able to come back together. Well, a little later. I'm sure I speak for all... Well, actually, this is the first time the three of us are together, so that's true.
It's the best it's been for a while.
Yeah, I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say we miss seeing the whole gang. To preface my question... I've been an ardent follower of the stream for a long time now, even now despite the fact that I haven't played the game in 5 or so months as of the time of the writing of this letter. It occurs to me that I am officially one of those people who actively wonders if it's worth returning to the game now, though I suppose I'm in the somewhat unique situation within that group of people of still interacting with the community through you all on a weekly basis. That being said, I've been wondering, what would each of you say to a player considering returning to the game that you think would tip them over the edge of deciding to return? I look forward to many, many more episodes with y'all in the future. Warmest regards, Meili.
I mean, it depends on why you took a break first, because if you just need a break, then like you could probably come back now just fine. This is the catch-up patch. It's like relaxed. Everything's already come out. It's gonna come out for the most part.
Yeah.
Except for like Eureka and the last part of the story. But you know, get your try level up there so you're ready for the expansion. Maybe you could just do that for like subscribe for a month to do all that, and then just come back when the expansion launches.
Yeah.
And you'll be ready.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
It sort of depends on how far you got in the game as well. Like if you've got max 70 everything, you've got no side quests left to do, you've done all the content, it's more difficult to come back than if there's, because I've got like loads of other content I'm happy to get through at my own pace.
Yeah.
But like Rollo said, the game never leaves you behind, really.
No.
So you can jump back in and get up to speed very quick.
Yeah. And again, it also kind of depends, again, like I think you both said, like it depends on when you left and why you left. Like,
well, I said it was 5-6 months ago.
Yeah.
So that was like, that's some story to catch up on if you're invested.
You might have left during the drought period, actually, which was when a lot of people left. But also, I've heard some people saying that it's hard to come back because the friends that they used to play with are gone. I've heard that some people get better when they move server. So maybe just move server because their free transfers are coming up with the next.
You might find some new
couple of patches. Yeah, start
Come
fresh.
on down to Chaos. We play on the Friday stream, and people like joining that. So.
Yeah,
if you enjoy watching this, then you can always come
to Ragnarok. Yeah. Also, there's loads of content now. Blue Mage is out, which is fun. For all we know, you might have already returned to the game. I don't know. It's been a while since we sent this, but yeah. As in general, I guess, to other players, there's lots to do. There's lots of content in 14.
And this is the relaxed period too. Like, there's no pressure.
No pressure.
The expansion's not going to be out for a little while.
Yeah.
There's FanFest to look forward to.
Yeah.
Like, this would be a good time to catch up to speed and get invested in what's going on.
Yeah. In many ways, this is the best time. Yeah. So hopefully that made you return.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And if you feel like taking a longer break, that's fine too.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Maybe it made you want to install the game.
For me, a lot of the with an MMO, the social part is very important for a lot of players, because if you don't have any friends, like it's that happen. It's sad. MMOs are sad in that sense because your friends will drop out and be gone, and then it might be harder to return because you're like all alone. So again, remember that you can always switch server, or you can find new friends. Don't give up. Anyways, that's the end.
People.
Yeah, that's the end of Speakers of Island. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to follow us on Twitter at minimum eye level.
Oh yeah, what are we doing?
What the fuck are we gonna do with minimum eye level?
Mayla, get to level 50 Blue Mage so we get to the Blue Mage minimum eye level, or not minimum eye level.
There's a new series. Okay.
Yeah, we've thought about like having that be a thing. We can't do that tomorrow, but we can.
Yeah, leave it a week or two. We'll do it.
Yeah. We still have cursed dungeons that we need to do. We never finished Amdapur Keep, did we?
Oh god, please don't make us.
Let's not do Amdapur Keep, but
let's do it in first person.
No.
Why?
What was the God, I can't remember what our God, now I have to remember what dungeons we didn't do.
We did Arboretum last week.
We did Sestasha, so that's not cursed. We finished it.
Yeah,
it's just the video is cursed.
Isn't this just really boring? Is that what happened?
It is terribly boring.
We made some really bad jokes.
We made some tasteless jokes as well. Boy. Which is bad because the episode is so boring that the only humor that's in there is like really bad. So, Sestasha Hard, you didn't have minimum eye level switched on. Oh, it was the hard one. Yes, that's true. We that one didn't count.
Should we do that?
Yeah, we can 3-man.
There's Gimlet Dark. We could do that 3-man minimum eye level.
Can you minimum eye level Stormblood dungeons?
Yeah, you can actually.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. We can
That's interesting. Yeah, any of the recent ones like the Burn, the
I mean, I don't think we even need a minimum eye level
because we're not. Ocean Hard.
Oh yeah, you meant the hard one. Okay, yeah. Let's.
Which one? Should I just make some notes and do an actual poll?
Yeah, do a poll.
Oh, we'll make a poll. Okay.
Let me. Do you want a poll, or do you want me to make a note and pull it from the? I meant pull from the cup, not poll.
Oh, poll! I said poll.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. Put up to vote.
Yeah, write them down and then put it from the cup.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll be just hang in there for a second. Here is some Here's some hallelujah music while I'm gone, because that's all I have on the soundboard.
Wow, that's good. Wow. Why did you do this? This is loud. Oh, well, that was short.
Hopefully he's done it by now. Oh, there he is.
It's very, very short. Oh, wow, I can't hear anything. Hello?
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 Oh, he's gone deaf.
Hello?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Hello?
God. Never used the soundboard.
I think the soundboard broke my headset.
Oh, well.
Well, I'll see you hello. But you guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
okay. No, I can hear myself again.
Wow.
Okay. Let's go. What are we doing? Oh, yeah.
Oh my god!
Gimlet, dark.
That's my face right now. The one that's frozen, that's my face.
Okay. Gimlet, dark.
Burn and Mosian hard. Food engine.
I just wrote T-Burn. And Saint Mosian.
And should we put Sastasha Hard in there just for
Oh yeah,
fun?
we'll do that in too. Saint Mosian.
Watch everyone be like, oh god, I hope it's a new dungeon. And then
Yeah.
maybe Sastasha Hard.
That's gonna be like the Joker. Sastasha Hard. Okay. I'm just gonna rip these. That's gonna be nice. Oh boy. Could have just folded them. Oh well. That's one.
When we do the Blue Mage series of like all the dungeons again, can we have like the Wheel of Doom, but it has every single dungeon as a section on it? It's like the busiest wheel ever.
This is the worst
Won't be
wheel
able to
ever.
like read anything on it. We could try. I mean, we should have like the wheel should be changed for that, like having it like be only use
water spells.
Yeah.
Only use self-destruct and final sting.
Oh my god.
So we have to take turns blowing up.
Oh my god.
That would be quite fun, actually.
The boss fights will be impossible, though.
I don't know. How much damage does self-destruct do?
I don't know.
Not enough to kill a boss.
What about if 3 people did it, though?
No. Well, actually, it depends. It's rough.
Okay, I've put the notes in, so here we go.
Okay.
And we're going to St. Mosian Hard.
Oh, nice.
St. Moccasins.
Yeah, St. Moccasins.
Make sure to turn off your music.
Oh yeah, god. That's I have to have it on because I can't play any other music for YouTube.
Pee pee poo poo dungeon.
Yay.
So we're doing that tomorrow, 3-man. Look forward to that. Now, the end of the episode. Thank you for watching. Remember to follow us on Twitter at SpeakersXIV, twitch.tv/SpeakersOfIdle, and youtube.com/SpeakersXIV. Exclamation Discord and chat if you want to join our Discord server. If you're watching on demand, links in the description. Oh,
thank you.
Another greit episode. Thanks, Speakers. Good luck on the search for the new host.
Thank you for the reminder.
Are we gonna say that here?
The hunt, still, yeah, that's on the YouTube video as well. I put that in there.
Oh, it's on the YouTube video.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're still looking for a temporary replacement for the 4th host. Twitch, no, YouTube, no.
SpeakersXIV.com/host.
Go in there if you want to apply. There's also more information. Okay, see you tomorrow for minimum eye level. Stay tuned for the post show. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.